We no longer have a high demand for factory workers from the industrial days, which require very little creativity, innovation, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. We have to ask ourselves, are we truly preparing students to become future-ready learners in a traditional learning environment? Students will likely work with many different people from many different cultures throughout their careers. Technology devices will change, and the demand for employees for jobs that haven't even been created yet will rise. But the skills required to adapt to quickly changing methods will not change. Students in blended learning are taught how to work collaboratively with others, how to manage time, how to problem solve, and how to use resources to support their work. Listen as one educator describes how the blended learning experience equips her learners to be future ready. How has blended learning allowed your learners to be future ready?
Well, it definitely has. The answer to that is a resounding yes in every degree. I think it creates habits of mind that allows the kids to really be in charge of their own learning, time management, focus, getting down to doing what needs to be done, all of those things that are going to benefit them in the long range and the long term, and in college in particular. So I think it really sets up an independent learner who is able to go different directions to achieve a goal and problem solve and think critically about how to get the job done. So I really feel that for business, for college, for career readiness, it's just something, it is building a habit of mind. I need to emphasize that it's a practice that has to be, gone through like anything else. You build your stamina, you build your focus, but blended gives you the opportunity, gives the learner the opportunity to practice that with some guidance and support, and then move forward in that independent learning that is a celebration of the future to come for them. So it definitely does that.
I love to think of myself as some sort of expert in the field, but the truth is our learners get so much more out of discovery on their own. I can spark a level of interest right here, and this is what I know. But blended allows them to come into this lab in a separate location that's got themselves away from me, and they are digging in. This is empowering to them because it's not about me holding their hand and walking them through. So one of the greatest things that we're doing here is we are empowering the learners to discover, to find their discipline. And I couldn't do that in the traditional classroom. So it's preparing our learners to take charge.
And I want to segue off of that because this is a blended model, which means that, yes, the kids are here in the lab 40% of the time, but the blended does not replace the teacher.
Right.
There's still that relationship that has to be developed and built, and blended doesn't take away from that relationship. It simply is a different way of approaching the learning, but there's not a replacement for the passion, for the relationship that the educator still is responsible for inspiring in the kids. So again, it's something that really is a nice marriage of independent learning, but still having that relationship with your teacher that's so important about building the passion for the discipline.
Absolutely.
You've been in a traditional learning environment and now you're in a blended learning course. Can you tell me what are the benefits of blended learning?
I think the main benefit, in my opinion, would be the controlled freedom that we have in a sense, because the teachers get to give us coursework and they structure the assignments that we have and what we do in a sense, but we get to choose what we want to do while still learning the content, so it's kind of hard not to be engaged, and it kind of makes it fun.
It also you can use the technology and your textbook and the teacher all at once, so you kind of create your own personalized learning experience, and you can learn as much as you want to, but the teachers won't let you slack off either.
Can you give me an example of maybe your favorite blended learning lesson? What was maybe in a classroom? Just give me an example. What did that look like for the whole class and for you?
One that we do in common is for test reviews or stuff. Mr. Patterson might post a test review and then he'll put a video of him reviewing over a PowerPoint, and then we can use our textbooks to put 2 and 2 together, or we can use the internet to go more in depth about what we want to learn. And that way we feel really prepared for the test, and we know that, oh, I'm kind of lacking here, so I can do this. And we can use his resources that he posted before on the blended learning space and kind of feed off of each other.
I kind of like the projects that we do in this class. One of my favorites was for my U.S. history class, my AP U.S. history class, and we just got assigned a time period, and our teacher actually gave us many options on what we wanted to do from that time period, like art, music, history, paintings, anything that we could do. And so we got to choose something that we have an affinity for, and so it was fun while doing it. And then we also got all the content that we needed in. So, you know, we learned, and we didn't really know we were, so.
And I think something that's very important to know is how to use technology nowadays, because even upcoming generations, they're going to be more and more dependent on technology. And with the blended learning space, we definitely get technology.